When you've got used to it, the Techone Angel really goes to heaven. But until you've got it set up, it's quite a little devil. If you're planning to take off or land from a surface which is less than perfectly smooth, you must move the wheels forward. I've done it by bending the legs. It's very easy that way. The propeller is held onto the motor by a silicon band, and it fits onto the screw spigots on either side of the boss. I've covered them with heat shrink tubing. That is vital to prevent abrasion. I'm about to describe detuning the Angel by electronic means on the transmitter, but you can do it mechanically by moving the push rod in on the output arm of the servo. In this case, moving in one hole will halve the throw at the elevator's end. Looking at that with electronic trim adjustment, fully up elevator, 15 millimeters up, fully down, 15 millimeters down, 15 up, 15 down. That is masses for flying the Angel on a first flight. Looking at that on the aileron, 25 millimeters of down throw, 20 millimeters of up. That differential between down and up on aileron is common and makes flying it much easier. And the rudder throw, I like a fairly positive rudder, 30 millimeters of right, 30 millimeters of left. We're looking at it from the underside of the fuselage. That's much less than shown on the original, but it's very effective. Here's some very simple insurance on the inboard end of the ailerons. See how I've chamfered them outwards. This reduces damage to the fuselage and anything resembling a heavy landing. I really like Velcro, and the idea of using it to seal the upper fuselage was great, but the material supplied was hopeless and I had to replace it from a hardware stockist and a big name brand, much better. There was a first for me on this project. I went for the first time to 2.4 gigahertz. I bought one of those conversion kits to plug into the back of my Futaba transmitter. I'm delighted with it. And the adhesives I used, two different versions of PVA and a slow cure epoxy resin and a quick cure epoxy resin. That just about covers everything you'll need with the Techone Angel. As you see here, the propeller is held onto the motor boss by two silicon rubber bands. On a very early flight over fairly rugged country, I had the misfortune to have the bands let go, the propeller shot off, the aircraft was way out of trim. I got it retrimmed, made quite a good landing, but I was stuck because Tech1 didn't respond to emails, Hobby King didn't stock spare parts of either the propeller or the bands. I'm happy to say that they do now, and here is the part number for the propeller. A lot of my problems in flying the Angel on the early outings were related to the fact that I was trying to handle it from shoulder height without the help of an assistant. Eventually, I decided to make my own runway. Here it is, just a little over 2 meters long, 350 mils wide, but that's just enough. By the time the Angel is at the end of the runway, it is so light that its wheels don't snag on the grass. It's been a real breakthrough for me. I think an aeroplane looks much, much better rising off the ground. And when it comes to land, add a little throttle just as you flare out. It'll keep it gliding, wheels running on the grass.